welcome to Barbara's Bits. I'm Barbara Venezia, and on this very windy but beautiful day, I'm on the Newport Beach Pier, and I'm going to be talking to the lifeguards about the cuts in the lifeguard program. There's lots of people out on the beach and in the water even. A little chilly out here today, but still there are folks on the sand. Eric Bauer. Now you're retired from the fire department in Newport Beach.
That's correct.
But you were very instrumental in creating the lifeguard program here.
Well, myself and a lot of other dedicated people helped create what the lifeguards are today. When we merged with the fire department about 15 years ago, Tim Riley, Tom Arnold, and a few of the lifeguard managers put together a pretty reasonable approach to staffing of the beaches here in Newport Beach.
And so what's making you come out of retirement to actually get involved in this issue now?
Well, I think the cuts that are taking place are going to impact safety of the citizens and the visitors that come from around the world to come to Newport Beach, and I don't think it's right.
Now, Eric, how many people are in this division, the lifeguard division?
There are, 2 years ago when I retired, there were 17 regular employees, and now there are 13 regular employees. So through attrition, we've already lost 4 employees. The proposal on that Dave Kiff has made is that they're going to cut another 4 employees, and don't be fooled because, or correction, that's 5 employees, and don't be fooled because people like Skeeter and some of the other lifeguard officers, they can't afford. They're middle-aged people. Some of them, they have families and they have mortgages, and they're not going to stick around part-time. They're going to go find other jobs. And the 5 people that are suggested to be cut equal about 125 years of lifeguarding experience among them, and it's just not right.
And so when you talk about public safety, what does this mean if I'm taking my family to the beach?
What it means is you're going to be entrusted to more inexperienced seasonal lifeguards without the direction and the leadership of the heart of this organization, which is the regular staff, and that's going to impact public safety. You're going to get a lifeguard that's not as closely supervised, not as well trained, and that's going to impact people in a negative way.
My name is Mike Halfide. I'm a lifeguard captain. My area I supervise is West Newport, so from the Newport Pier to the Santa Ana River. Other things I do, I'm involved in the CERT program as an instructor. We've actually been instructors since the beginning of the program. I teach in our basic lifeguard academy.
Okay, my name is Skeeter Lieber. I'm a lifeguard officer for the city of Newport Beach, and I'm a boat operator, and I do training for the rookie lifeguards and the recurring seasonal lifeguards. Why
shouldn't they take anything out of your budget? I mean, every city is
we understand the fiscal realities, and it's not that we're against them taking anything out of our budget. We understand that, but just the way they're doing it, to cut the lifeguard services in half for the full-time lifeguards, it impacts, the city was talking that it's going to impact the winter, but it's really a year-round phenomenon, because during the summer we have 70 employees daily with only 2 full-time supervisors. That's a 35-to-1 supervision ratio, and we're expanded over several miles. Each division would be 3 to 4 miles. That's just not realistic, because as a supervisor, we provide not only the oversight for the lifeguards, but we're also evaluating the conditions, looking at the surf, figuring out what the weather is going to be for the next day. Do we need to increase our staffing? Can we let people go? It's really an ongoing analysis that if you don't have a long-term experience of understanding what the crowd is, understanding the surf conditions, you couldn't make that decision and make sure to protect the interest in the city by 1, providing protection when needed, and 2, not having it when we don't need it.
Well, everybody says, you know, well, hey, don't touch my department, go to the next department.
Oh, and we understand that, and throughout our city family there have been cutbacks, and we all know people who've been affected by it, and we're not opposed to cuts. But we just don't think that cutting the lifeguard supervisors, cutting the professional full-time lifeguards is the most cost-effective way.
My job is to watch the water. I'll drive up and down the beach, keeping an eye on the water. Once I get past each jetty, I can scan that section of water, make sure that everyone's safe, identify any hazard zones, and then secondarily, while I'm on patrol, I'll get flagged down by citizens with concerns either as far as where's the bathroom, where's a good place to eat, all the way up to you know, someone's having a problem here, a heart attack.
People come down, they spend thousands of dollars to rent a home for the week. They're coming to Newport Beach. They're not coming to, well, some of them probably, your friends, Barbara, are going to Fashion Island, but there's a lot of them, they're bringing their kids, and they have the expectation that they have safe lifeguards and safe and clean beaches. Skeeter, as a full-time lifeguard, is fairly humble. He didn't talk about his last week. In the last week, he rescued 2 people from a rip current and saved a 11-month-old baby right here on the other side of the pier who had a partial airway obstruction and was choking on sand.
And the beach, how many rescues there are, and how many preventative actions. I mean, we average about 5,000 rescues a year, but I think the important number and what Skeeter's talking about is the things that he does to prevent accidents and protect the city from liability. And that is a key factor of what off-season lifeguards do. And that's going to be negatively impacted by these cuts.
So 76,363 prevented actions
In 2010.
in 2010.
And 7 million people attended the beach from all over the world.
Until next time, I'm Barbara Venezia, and thanks for watching Barbara's Bits.